Is it good?
Oh my God. We did it. Hello everybody, welcome back to Ordinary Adventures. Welcome back actually to Kitra's Quarantine Kitchen.
Yeah, we have a logo.
It's so good. This was actually a surprise to me. I had no idea that he was getting this made, and I gotta say, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's designed by the same guy that did the Ordinary Adventures logo and the Black Kyber Challenge logo. So the question is, what are we doing today in Kitra's Quarantine Kitchen?
Well, we are going to make the Disney Parks official Churro Bites recipe that they came out with. I'm honestly kind of scared to do this. I don't like working with like hot oil and I don't know. So this is gonna be hopefully not a disaster.
We're like 50-50 so far, right?
I know, I'm really hoping we need a win for this one because the last time we tried to cook, it didn't work out.
Come with us on this adventure.
Here is everything that you're gonna need for this recipe. You're gonna need 1 cup of water, 8 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 eggs, 1 1/2 cups of vegetable or canola oil, and 1/2 cup of sugar.
You know, I've actually heard you can actually buy the churros that Disneyland buys and serves inside Disneyland at the supermarket. So we got to get some of those.
I know. They're called like Pepe
Tito's,
yeah.
something.
So
We'll put it on screen right now.
If this is an epic failure, we always know that there's a backup.
Yeah, we need to head to Smart and Final.
So essentially, all churros is dough deep fried. The first step of making the dough is 8 tablespoons of butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of water, and 1/4 teaspoons of cinnamon. You're gonna need, what is this called?
A pot?
No, it's called like a saucepan, isn't it? You're gonna need a pot. It calls for 1 1/2 quarts. Unfortunately, we only have a 2 quarts, so you're fine. We're good. We're off to a great start. We're gonna add these ingredients into our saucepan, and we're gonna bring them to a rolling boil. Oh my God, that's a lot of butter. These are gonna be so good. I had to buy like this extra large bag of flour because it was the only all-purpose flour that I could find. So if these are good, we're gonna be making these for like weeks.
Oh, it's boiling.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's make sure that this butter, wow, thanks Peter. Would you consider this a rolling boil?
I think so.
I also had to Google what that was. Oh God. Perfect. Now that it is turned down to low, we're gonna add in our 1 1/4 cups of flour, and it says to stir vigorously until this mixture forms a ball. I think it's your job to stir this vigorously. Can you handle that?
Give me the stir.
All right, stir it vigorously. Ooh.
That's becoming all doughy all of a sudden. Almost like we're making a kind of dough here. There's like flour on the ends.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Oh no. Stir it into a ball, and then we take it off the heat for about 5 to 7 minutes to let it cool down a little bit. Ooh. I could already smell, I mean, obviously the cinnamon and butter, such a great combo. Let's let this baby cool down for, it says about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we're gonna add the eggs.
I'm curious, what other Disneyland and Disney World iconic food and drinks do you want to see us make in the future of Kitra's quarantine kitchen? You want a churro?
Aww, yeah. Churro, baby. Yeah. Go. He can't have any. We should make like Mickey-shaped dog treats or something. Next, we gotta add these 3 eggs, one at a time. That's very important, apparently. So let's add these one at a time and see how it goes. I wonder why you have to wait for this to cool down. Maybe so it doesn't like turn into scrambled eggs or something. You're getting these like lovely sounds that it's making?
Yeah. It sounds like slime.
Yeah.
Like when you used to make slime when I was a kid.
Sounds like ASMR. Oh my god, we should make slime. Is that what like the cool people like to watch on YouTube? Slime?
So there's a reason why this is called the quarantine kitchen.
Yeah, what's that reason?
Because not all the ingredients and not all the things are available at the store.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't have piping bags, but I talked to my good friend Christina, who is a baker, and she told me just to get some large Ziploc freezer bags and basically make a makeshift bag out of that. So you know how churros have a very like classic look to them, meaning they're round with kind of like the ridges on them? To achieve that, you need a star tip on your piping bag. We don't got that. So I'm gonna attempt to make a star tip on my Ziploc bag. I watched some videos, and basically you're gonna wanna just cut the bag at the corner in a straight line and then kind of make some tips on it, if that makes sense. And then hopefully that works. How big should I make this opening? I was watching some other people make these churros, and their churros turned out like little poops. So I don't want, looked like little poops. So I don't want ours to look like that. Hopefully.
We don't want little...
I mean,
churros.
I'm sure it'll taste good no matter what. Okay, this isn't exactly working here. These gonna turn out like little poops, Peter. This isn't cutting. These aren't sharp enough.
Gizmo's gonna turn out like a little poop.
Yes, I don't know what you're talking about.
So Kitra was cutting it, and it was kind of a disaster. So I had to step in. I think mine looks a lot more like Jaws' teeth or something. Why did yours turn out so horrible?
I was just having issues. The scissors weren't working. They weren't sharp enough. The bag was too flimsy. It just didn't.
I used the same scissors.
I don't understand. He made it look so easy, you guys. Hopefully you all have a Peter in your life so you get these perfectly shaped churros. Now's the scary part. We're gonna take our 1.5 cups of vegetable oil and bring it to a temperature of 350. Maybe just try one first to you can even squeeze it out.
I don't know how to cut this.
Yeah, cut it. Little poops. Oh!
That was good, but
Ew!
how do you cut?
Oh, they look like little churros.
Uh-oh.
Oh no! Oh no! Is it coming out the end or the top?
It's coming out. I don't know.
Now we're gonna let these be in here until they're golden brown. These look like little nuggets, little chicken nuggets. No?
Yeah.
I feel like they're turning golden brown rather quickly. How excited are you? Do you think this is a win for us?
I hope so.
I think we're gonna test out these little guys that we made just to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the sugar and cinnamon mixture so we can plop them on in there and hopefully they'll be delicious. You're just gonna need your 1/2 cup of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon.
Is it good?
Oh my God! We did it.
It's really good, but it's really doughy in the middle. I think it needs to probably be cooked more. So we think that was a little bit too wide, so we're gonna recut. We're gonna see if we can make it a little bit smaller.
Watch the master at work. Take 2. And action.
Okay, so I've recut the bag. It's a little bit smaller. The oil has heated up once again. Let's try this a second time.
Ooh, these look real good. No?
Trying not to burn myself is what's going
I know,
on
it's
here.
like I'm in this moral dilemma of like, do I get a close-up shot? But then I'm afraid the camera's gonna get... Just put as many as you can in there.
She was too afraid to do this. I had to man up and be the churro maker.
These look really good.
So when do we take them out? When is golden brown?
I think we got a little bit longer to go. I don't know why I keep like going like this, like it's like a witch's potion, like a witch's brew. I'm like, boil, boil. I'm honestly like impressed with this.
Why?
I don't know, these just look way better than I was like envisioning in my head. I think we did good. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, so they don't really have the ridges, but I think they still look pretty good.
It is now the moment of truth.
I'm so excited.
Let's try the churro bites.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We did it!
We
These
did
are
it.
like perfectly cooked.
It's a win. This is a 5 out of 5 Peters.
A 5 out of 5 Kitras.
That means it gets an ordinary adventure star. Make these at home.
I feel like now that we've done this once, like it was kind of a hassle, but I've got it down and I feel like I could do it super quick the next time. And I just do want to say, if you're younger out there, make sure you have parental supervision, because the oil gets very hot. And I don't know if you could notice, but I have like oil stains all over my shirt. So
Yeah.
just be careful.
We can barely cook. We can barely do this.
Yeah.
Yet we have a cooking show on YouTube.
But you guys, try these at home. These are an epic win. I'm honestly shocked. Like, I thought we were gonna like cook them too long and they'd be like burnt or like too crispy, but these are like soft and like just the right amount of crispy on the outside.
These were easier than making Ronto wraps, but I will say this. After making a bunch of stuff from the parks, I'm never gonna complain about that price tag again, because all that work that went into the Ronto wrap, all the work that went into the churro, it is worth the money that we pay.
I agree. Everything he said, I agree.
Let's go answer some questions.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's do that.
Okay, so we're gonna be answering questions from the previous video. It was the one where we're eating all the Japanese snacks. I'm gonna pull up the comments. And by the way, if you have a question for us, leave it in the comments below. And if you don't have a question for us, go to the comments and thumbs up the questions that you like the most, and maybe we'll answer those.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Do that.
Okay, so our first question is from Monica Connor. She asks, what is your favorite ride at Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure in Orlando, Florida? E.T. Adventure.
I was gonna pick E.T., so I'll go ahead and pick Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's designed by Scott Trowbridge, who made Galaxy's Edge.
Awesome.
Fun fact. Next question is from Simon Cordell, and he asks, what's your most cherished piece of television and film memorabilia that you've collected over the years, and why?
I feel like that's more of like a you question. I don't really have anything.
I don't know, it's pretty tough. I don't have like many like props from movies, but I have a lot of replicas and stuff. One of my favorite movies of all time is Almost Famous, and I am friends with Greg, who is Cameron Crowe's producer, and he got me a prop from the film. It's the Rolling Stone that they produced for the film, and it's signed by Cameron Crowe with a message for me. And it's important to me because it's one of my favorite movies, and it's about a kid who goes on the road and is a journalist, and that was basically me with movies and pro wrestling back in the day. Roger Knott asks, what does the streets look like where you live? Is it like a ghost town?
Yes. We live in West Hollywood.
Which is in between Beverly Hills and Hollywood. So it's a major center of activity.
Yeah, there's usually like lots of people around, out and about.
Lots of clubs,
It's like
restaurants.
a trendy place. So to answer your question, yes, it is like a ghost town.
Yeah. Although there's a lot of people walking their dogs. Every time we're walking our dogs,
Yeah.
it seems like everybody's just trying to get out of the house, and that's the excuse. Like, that's what I look forward to the most is...
Yeah.
What is your favorite food?
My favorite food, I love Mexican food. I love guacamole. I love tacos. I love nachos. What about you?
I think I grew up loving Italian and pizza, but as I got older, I think I would probably have to say Chinese food. You know, I order Chinese food like all the time.
He's obsessed with Chinese food.
TJM asks, a question for Peter. What is your favorite deck of cards to do magic with? I have a whole playing card collection. Hundreds of decks of cards. Maybe at some point we'll do a video on that. I'm not sure if anybody wants to see that or not. But hold on, I'll go grab my favorite deck of cards. My favorite deck of cards, I think it's from Dan and Dave or Art of Play. It's one of those websites. It's called Stranger and Stranger Ultimate Deck. It's really expensive. It comes in this really nice tuck box, and I just want to show you why it's my favorite deck. Every single card is like its own like little piece of art. So it's all full color. It's so beautiful. Like, it's not something I'd really use for Magic, but I think it's like a piece of art. So that is my favorite deck of cards. She only laughs because she lives when there's cards like all over the place. What's your favorite Nintendo game? I don't really play video games. I'm a board gamer, so that's your game?
I love Nintendo. Currently, my favorite game is Animal Crossing, but as a whole, I love Mario Kart because I'm really good at it.
Mara Parker asks, if you were to learn a language, real or fictional, what would it be? I'm studying French, but she wants to study Klingon on that app. I would like to learn Jabba the Hutt's language. No?
I don't know. That's just such a random...
It would be so useful.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
I would like to learn Elvish from Lord of the Rings.
I mean, you could do that right now. Quarantine time.
I could.
You have the time. Last question. Jenny Love asks, what is the origin of Kitra's name?
Well, actually, my mom just found it in a baby book and liked it.
Have you met any other Kitras ever?
I have not, but I do follow a cat named Kitra on Instagram. It's called Kitra the Fat Cat.
Insert photo here.
It basically just means crown. Like, I think like crown of thorns or crown of hearts or something. I forget. But it's Czechoslovakian, I think. And I'm not 100% sure.
Crown. So what you're saying is you're a princess. Anyways, if you want to see some of our other food adventures, we'll put a link right to the side there. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next adventure.